While ASX investors have long admired the advantages of Chile as an investment jurisdiction, it is usually viewed in the prism of comparison, particularly with Western Australia. But while Chile and WA sit on opposite sides of the Pacific, they also sit at opposite ends of the geological spectrum. Both are mining powerhouses, but the paths to discovery, development, and value creation couldn't be more different. From the blazing Atacama to the red dirt of Kalgoorlie, Chile and WA are two sides of the same mining coin. One built on ancient greenstones, the other on rising volcanoes, but both driving the next generation of discoveries. Their contrasting ages, tectonic settings, and deposit types define the kind of discoveries that are being made, but a savvy investor should also note the nature of exploration itself. By applying a Chilean lens on exploration, you come away with a more nuanced view of the various programs and a deeper understanding of the strategy behind them. Chile's geology is dominated by the Andean subduction zone, where the Nazca plate plunges beneath the South American continent. This ongoing process, active for over 200 million years, has produced world-class porphyry copper deposits, often with significant gold and molybdenum credits, as well as epithermal gold-silver systems and lithium-bearing brines in the high-altitude salt flats of northern Chile. The rocks hosting these systems are relatively young, and the mineralization is large-scale and bulk tonnage, often at depth, meaning exploration requires deep drilling, large data sets, and considerable technical expertise. This can equate to programs taking a little longer to complete, compared to those in WA, which, by contrast, host some of the oldest rocks on Earth. As a result, WA's geology produces narrower, higher grade mineral systems compared to Chile's vast porphyries, meaning exploration is typically faster and lower cost, dominated by geochemical sampling and shallow air core and RC drilling. While drilling in WA is faster and cheaper, Chile offers something WA can't match: scale. In short, WA delivers speed, Chile delivers impact. An experienced Chilean operator helmed by Executive Chairman Mark Stowell, Southern Hemisphere Mining has built a solid track record in Chile, progressing from early stage exploration to advancing its flagship Yarwun copper gold molybdenum project through disciplined drilling, technical studies, and strategic partnerships.
Yeah, fantastic country to operate in. We've learned a lot operating there over the last, as a company, a decade, but sort of me and my team over the last 5 years or so. Geologically, Chile is very young. You know, the rocks there are sort of, well, we're drilling sort of 80 odd million years old, and some of them are younger than that as well. Whereas in Western Australia, we're 2.6 billion year old rocks, down to probably 2.3 billion for the gold deposition.
The nuances of exploring are key. Now, operationally, there are a few methods that are unique to Chile, but the back to basics model is a broadly successful one for both Chile and WA.
It's geology A, so there's some very big deposits there, which is fantastic. And then there's a bit of the local ways of doing things, which are a bit different to Australia, but at the end of the day, we've all got the same goal, and it's good science, it's good persistent work, and keep an open mind on new things, as well as, you know, going back to basics really, which is go back to the geochemistry, the soil sampling, which is the starting point that we do here in Western Australia, and it works well there too.
For Lodestar Minerals, this juxtaposition couldn't be clearer. A relative newcomer to Chile, Lodestar recently finalised an RC drilling program at its Neds Creek project in WA, while it is also set to commence a maiden drilling program at its Three Saints project near Copiapo in northern Chile. Having picked up 3 Chilean projects in less than a year, Executive Director Coraline Blur told InvestorStream it is an excellent place to be for a microcap explorer. However, some nuance is critical when planning and communicating the strategy behind its Chilean exploration programs.
Well, firstly, in Chile, we are very lucky to have a fantastic team of Chilean geologists. They are the best at knowing the geology, mineral systems, mineral occurrences, and this is why we're using local geologists and local experience, really. But at the same time, we're able to combine it with the Western Australian mining efficiency and jurisdictions knowledge, which is one of the best and more advanced mining jurisdiction in the world. So combining these two together is really what is allowing us to do the best of the exploration in Chile. Chile is a fantastic jurisdiction. It's for mining, it's very mining friendly. It's obviously it's the biggest producers of coppers in the world. So it's they are used to mining, but not to the Western Australian efficiency. So we have to work with that. But in the same time, it's different from Western Australia. And this is why it's been fantastic for the last year with Lodestar to be able to get into this world and work differently.
Given the younger rocks in Chile are harder by definition, the timelines of drilling programs can be pushed out slightly. A simple reality of exploring in one of the most prospective regions in the world.
I've drilled a lot of meters in RC drilling in Western Australia, and usually we're expecting around 200 meters of drilling a day, and they're drilling one shift, so only daytime. And then arriving to Chile, and Then they do 2 shifts, daytime, nighttime. And if you were drilling 80 meters a day, 2 shifts, that was a good day. And this is a very big change when you plan your program to last a certain amount of time and then suddenly your meters are not there at all. And when I say 80 meters was a good day, we had way slower than that. So equipment will break out, the rocks will be hard, a lot of different factors, which they don't have boosters or auxiliaries, or at least not many. So it's all difficult. And this is because we don't have the same value and the same work that like all the Western Australian drilling company have put in to make their machineries the best. And this is something that we have to deal with. So everything takes the time it takes. But in the same time, we have a chance in Chile to discover like fantastic deposit at surface. And this is something which is actually really hard to do anymore in Western Australia. So we are very, very lucky to be able to explore in this country. And yes, there is logistical things which have to be worked with. But at the same time, we are so lucky as geologists and as explorers to have the possibility to find deposits at surface and fantastic mineralization. I've actually visited the projects when I was here, and there is project that I'm like, that project would be in Western Australia. It will be a hole in the ground. And here, it stands there. So we have that opportunity and it's fantastic. It just comes with the logistical time frame.
While both are mining-friendly jurisdictions, the path to drilling and development differs significantly between Chile and WA, from permitting systems to community engagement and environmental compliance. Chile has been a mining powerhouse for over a century, and while its multi-agency permitting structure has long been viewed as cumbersome, that is changing. In 2025, the Chilean government passed reforms to reduce permitting timelines by up to 70%, introducing a centralised digital portal to coordinate approvals and increase transparency. Southern Hemisphere is leveraging nearly a decade of in-country experience to de-risk its portfolio, and Stowell is confident Chile's recent mining reforms would streamline project approvals and attract fresh investment, pivotal for Southern Hemisphere at its current juncture.
It's an excellent initiative, Alex. The permitting times over the last 20 years have blown out to where it's sort of 15 to 17 years from discovery through to actually starting a mine, and that's really not sensible. So these initiatives are excellent and most welcome and very sensible to bring in at this time.
For Lodestar, the next 12 months is about evaluating and growing its Chilean footprint while balancing its WA prospects and the newly acquired Virgin Mountain Rare Earths project in Arizona.
We've got a drilling at 3 cents, which is actually a fully undercover target, geophysical, 100% geophysical target. Done it review with local Chilean geologists, and everyone is like, that is a porphyry type geophysical anomaly. So we have to test it. There's nothing else we can do. So let's be Western Australian and put a drilling in it and testing it. I've just spent 4 weeks in Chile looking at all the projects and really building up the portfolio for Lodestar in Chile for next year. So I'm very, very excited about that, and we'll come back with more news as we are working on the project at the moment. And yeah, so that will be next year, in the same time that we've got her Chilean team, which is focused on these new projects and the acquisition we're looking at the moment, and as well as a new US project, the Virgin Mountain project, Rare Earths project. We have a fantastic specialist consultant, Rare Earths, Finn Hunter. He's a fantastic and very specialized in Rare Earths person. So he's managing all of that Rare Earths in the US, and we're very excited about that project, actually, to have that on board. It's such a fantastic year for Lodestar, so we're very, very excited.
Chile remains one of the most compelling mining jurisdictions globally, particularly for investors seeking large-scale exposure to copper and critical minerals. Exploration success often depends as much on where you explore as how. WA's ancient cratons deliver agility, while Chile's active tectonic engine delivers size and longevity. For investors, the transformational scale and global relevance of Chile is too hard to ignore. And if it means waiting a few extra weeks to finish a program drilling into young, unweathered rocks, then it's probably worth the wait.